Fourier transforms. Fourier transforms. There are three sets of formulae. F of x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity g omega e power I omega x d omega, where g omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity f of x e power minus I omega x dx. F of x equal to root of 2 by pi 0 to infinity cos omega x g omega cos omega x dx. G omega equal to root of 2 by pi 0 to infinity f of x cos omega x dx. Again f of x equal to root of 2 by pi 0 to infinity. Let us write somewhat below. F of x equal to root of 2 by pi 0 to infinity g omega sin omega x d omega. Here d omega. Similarly, g omega equal to root of 2 by pi zero to infinity f of x sin omega x dx. This is first just Fourier transform. This is called complex form of Fourier transform. E power I omega s comes, therefore it is called complex form of Fourier transforms. G omega is the Fourier transform for all sums. G omega. After finding g omega, we are putting into this g omega in the first integral. We will get the sum or result. That is already they will ask in the examination. Similarly, here it crosses. F of x comes here, g omega is there, f of x, g omega. Some authors may write instead of omega, yes, they will write. Instead of omega, some authors p also write. Some authors lambda also write instead of omega. In some authors, instead of x, they will write t also. Instead of x, they will write t also. Again, Some authors here negative, here positive. They will change the step. All are same. This is positive. They may write it here negative. That also true. This is also true. Here G omega is the Fourier transform. Capital F means biggest F means Fourier transform. F, which is f of x. This is called G omega. If you write like this, it will confuse you. This is also f, this is also f, this will confuse you. Therefore, capital biggest F means Fourier transform of f of x. Here we are simply writing G omega, G omega. Similarly, this G omega. Fourier cosine transform, cos comes. Cosine transform. After finding G omega, putting into this, we will get the what they ask, that result we will get. See, we are integrating with respect to omega. X is other than omega, therefore result function is f of x. If you integrate with respect to omega, other than omega is x, therefore result will be a function of x. Similarly, we are integrating with respect to x. Omega is other than x, therefore we will get the function of omega. This is Fourier transform. This is called, some authors may write inverse Fourier transform, f of x is. Similarly, Fourier cosine, this also in crosses, f of x here, G omega here. This also, some authors may write for cosine transform, f of x, Fourier f of x equal to, the authors may write cc of omega. Cosine transform. If you write like this, it will confuse you when you are doing highest sums. G omega n. Similarly, in this Fourier transform, sine transform of f of x. They may write G sine of omega. It is not necessary yes right. Just you write omega, G omega n of this is cosine transform. This is cosine transform. This is sine transform. This is sine transform. These are all minus infinity plus infinity, full space minus plus infinity. These are all 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity, 0 to infinity. This also f of x crosses f of x, G omega, f of x, G omega. We are integrating with respect to omega. X is other than omega, therefore function of x will be result will be function of x. We are integrating with respect to x, omega is other than x, therefore G omega is the function. Therefore here this is G omega is the just Fourier transform. Here G omega is the Fourier cosine transform. This G omega is the Fourier sine transform. From these three sets we can study complete Fourier transform. Each and everywhere these three sets are being used. When you are studying complex form of Fourier transform, just Fourier transforms, we will use odd functions. Odd functions. See, there is a function f of x. If you give negative for every x, it will give negative outside. This is called odd function. If instead of x, if you give negative, the function will bring negative sign at the outside. That is called odd functions. Some examples for this. f of x equal to x cubed. Put f of x is minus x whole cubed. X 3 times comes, therefore negative, minus x cubed. What is x cubed? F of x minus f of x. See, f of minus x equal to minus f of x. This is odd function. Similarly, f of x equal to x cubed cos x or x power 5 cos x. See, cos minus theta equal to trigonometry formula cos minus theta equal to cos theta. Sin minus theta is negative will come out, sin theta. Similarly, put x equal to minus x whole power 5 cos minus x. Negative whole power 5 negative, therefore minus x power 5. Cos won't give negative outside, therefore cos x, which is expressed for f of x. Therefore f of minus x minus of. This is also an example for this. Similarly, f of x equal to, here I am writing f of x equal to s squared sin x. Put wherever s comes minus x whole square sin minus x. Negative whole square is negative, sin minus is minus sin x as per rule. Therefore, negative comes out, minus x square sin x. What is s square sin x? F of x minus f of x. Therefore, f of minus x minus f of x. These are all examples for odd functions. Let us see minus L to L. F of x dx. This f of x can be like these all types functions. If the function is odd, you can't integrate it. You should not integrate this. Immediately put 0. Odd function will give immediately 0. Don't integrate. If you integrate, you will get the same result 0 you will get, but not necessary to integrate. If you see this is odd function, directly put 0. This is the mainly using we are in the Fourier transform in some places. Again, even functions. Even function. Even function. F of x. F of minus x is no negative come out, just f of x. This types of function is called even function. Let us see some examples. F of x equal to x square. F of minus x equal to minus x whole square. Negative twice is positive, therefore x square. X squared is f of x. F of minus x, just f of x. Similarly, f of x equal to x power 4. F of minus x equal to minus x whole power 4. X power 4. Negative whole power 4 is 4 times are negative, positive. Therefore, f of x. F of minus x is f of x. This is also even function. Similarly, let f of x equal to x cubed sin x. Put f of x is minus x. Minus x whole cube sin minus x. Negative whole cube negative. Minus x cube. Sin will give negative. Sin x. The both negative makes positive. X cubed sin x. Cos minus theta equal to cos theta. Cos won't give negative outside. Sin minus theta equal to minus sin theta. It is applied here. This is also even function. F of minus x plus f of x. This is also even function. Similarly, f of x equal to x square cos x. F of minus x equal to minus x whole square cos minus x. X square cos x. F of x. F of minus x plus f of x. These are all the examples for the even function. Let us write the conclusion f of x dx. Limit should be negative to positive in all even sums. Limit should be negative to positive. Then only you can apply the even odd sums. Limit should be minus infinity plus infinity, minus L to L, minus pi to pi, minus 1 to 1. If the limits are below negative, on top positive, same number. If the integrals like this type, then only you can use odd even functions. See this. 0, this is minus L, there's a plus L, minus L to L. If the function is even, twice of distance, 0 to L, f of x dx. This is even function. We have to take steps for even functions. Twice of 0 to L, of distance, twice. These are all even functions. We are going to apply in maximum complex form of Fourier transform only. Let us do sums. Sum number 1. Find the Fourier transform of f of x equal to 1 when modulus of x less than or equal to modulus of x less than or equal to 1, equal to 0, modulus of greater than 1. Some authors here only less than will write, they all are same, less than or equal to 1. This is greater than 1. And deduce that and deduce that 0 to infinity sin t by t dt equal to pi by 2 and 0 to infinity sin square t by t square dt equal to pi by 2. This is simply will get from the Fourier transform. For this result we have to use Parseval's identity. I will give later, its result I will give you later. Same pi by 2 would come, I will give you later. Now we are seeing this first direction only. Let us do sums one by one steps. Let us write the formula first. 1 by root of 2 pi minus into plus infinity g omega e power I omega x d omega. G omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus into plus infinity f of x e power minus I omega x dx. F of x given here, g omega is the Fourier transform. For deduction, we have to write g omega into this. Then only we will get the deduction, first deduction or second or first. The meaning of this 0, minus 1 to 1. Its meaning is limit between minus 1 to 1. Its meaning is above 1, below minus 1, minus infinity. Its meaning is other remaining places. Its meaning is minus 1 to 1. These two places gives meaning. This gives a meaning of these two again other places. 1 to infinity, minus 1 to minus infinity. Therefore, this denotes minus 1 to 1. This denotes remaining areas, this area and this area. In these remaining areas, f of x 0. But in minus 1 to 1, the function is 1. We are splitting into 1, 2, 3 integrals. Splitting into three steps. 3 integrals. Bracket. See, minus infinity to minus 1. F of x e power minus I omega x dx plus minus 1 to 1 f of x e power minus I omega x dx plus 1 to infinity f of x e power minus I omega x dx. Close the bracket. This is minus infinity to minus 1, which becomes f of x is 0. This is 0. Here, 1 to infinity. This denotes two areas, minus infinity to minus 1, 1 to infinity. For these two areas, f of x is 0. This also f of x is 0. Therefore, 1 by root of 2 pi. This is 0 because minus infinity to minus 1, f of x is 0. Into minus 1 to f of x is 1. Minus 1 to 1, this denotes minus 1 to 1 limit. In this limit, f of x is 1. Therefore, 1 e power minus I omega x dx plus this is 1 to infinity, which is 0. 1 by root of 2 pi minus 1 to 1. This goes out. Minus 1 to 1. 1 e power minus omega x dx. We know e power I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. E power minus I theta is, we are going to dig up deeply about this. Cos theta minus I sin theta. Here 90 comes, therefore instead of theta, omega x. We are writing this 1 by root of 2 pi minus 1 to 1. This only remaining. Cos omega x minus I sin omega x dx. We are splitting into 2. By this negative, we are splitting into 2. 1 by root of 2 pi minus 1 to 1 cos omega x dx minus I by root of 2 pi minus 1 to 1 sin omega x dx. This is only cos comes, here sin comes. Cos is even function. Cos minus theta is cos theta, which is even, not 90 comes out. Sin minus theta is minus sin theta. 90 sin will give negative. See, when the limit is negative to positive, whenever negative comes out, this is odd function will become 0. Whenever negative not comes outside, when minus 1 to 1 limit, this is even function. See, in most cases, in the complex form of Fourier transform, in imaginary part will become 0. Imaginary part always will be odd function that will become always 0. Therefore, we can write, anyhow we check this, let us check this, but always 0. See here, twice of root of 2 pi, twice of root of 2 pi, 0 to 1. Of already I explained to you in the even function, twice of 0 to 1 of distance, cos omega x dx minus 0. This is odd function. 2 by root of 2 pi. Integration of cos omega x is sin omega x by omega 0 to 1 integrated. Two by root of 2 pi, give flower bracket, put upper limit 1, we have integrated with respect to x only, therefore we have to put for 1 for x only, sin omega, x is 1, sin omega by omega minus sin lower limit 0, sin 0 by omega. Sin 0 is 0, therefore it goes out. Therefore, 2 by root of 2 pi sin omega by omega, which is g omega. G omega equal to 2 by root of 2 pi sin omega by omega. Let us write clearly. Sin omega by omega is the Fourier transform. Is the Fourier transform. Let us write at this side. G omega equal to 2 by root of 2 pi sin omega by omega. Again, the first integral is what? F of x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity g omega e power I omega x d omega. 1 by root of 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity. What is g omega? 2 by root of 2 pi sin omega by omega d omega. 2 comes out. 2 root 2 by root pi just 2 pi minus infinity plus infinity sin omega by omega d omega. I have not written e power omega s. E power I omega x d omega. E power I omega x d omega. 2 to get cancelled. 1 by pi minus plus infinity sin omega by omega. E power omega is cos omega x plus I sin omega x d omega. Cos omega s plus I omega, e power I omega is cos omega s plus I omega s d omega. Let us separate into 2 for this. 1 by pi minus infinity plus infinity sin omega by omega cos omega x d omega plus I by pi. This pi comes in, I is there, I by pi minus into plus infinity sin omega by omega sin omega x d omega. We are split into two, real part, imaginary part. See, I told you all imaginary parts will become zero. The function entirely will functions and odd functions. Let us see this sin omega, sin minus omega, sin minus omega x is negative minus omega s, minus omega. This will become negative sin omega minus sin omega x divided by minus omega. 3 negative minus sin omega s by omega, which is the same. Therefore, negative comes out. If you put instead of omega, minus omega. Therefore, this is odd function. This surely always will become zero. See, I told you all imaginary part are maximum odd functions. The imaginary part would become zero in all sums. This is even. See, sin negative comes out. Omega also there is negative. Cos won't give negative. Therefore, this is positive. Therefore, even function. If the function is even, twice of 0 to infinity sin omega by omega cos omega x d omega plus 0. This is completely odd function. Therefore, this is f of x. We have started as f of x. F of x equal to 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin omega by omega cos omega x d omega. We have to put x equal to 0. Put x equal to 0. Important this place is to get the to reach the answer. F of 0 equal to 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin omega by omega cos 0 d omega. X is 0, cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. Cos 0 is 1. Therefore, we have to find f of 0. Initially, we have to see the sums. What is the sum? F of x is 1, modulus of x less than or equal to or less than 1 equal to 0, modulus of x greater than 1. Writing the line 0, 1, minus 1. This denotes minus 1 to 1. This denotes remaining areas 1 to infinity, minus infinity to minus 1. This remaining area, this denotes. This area, this will indicate. Therefore, 0 lies inside this. 0 inside. Therefore, we have to use the first integral only. If x is 2, we can't use this. 0 will become 0. Between minus 1 to 1, whatever the number may be, it will become 1. Therefore, f of 0 equal to 1. F of 0 equal to 1. See, whatever the number in minus 1 to 1 may be, if you put 0, it will be always 1. In minus 1 to 1 only. If you take x equal to half also 1. Whatever the number may be inside the minus 1 to 1, the result is 1. Therefore, f of 0 is 1, 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin omega by omega d omega cos 0 is 1. Again, crossing this, pi by 2 equal to 0 to infinity sin omega by omega d omega. Again, writing 0 to infinity sin omega by omega d omega equal to pi by 2. But we have given the dummy changing. You must know first how to give, what is the meaning of dummy changing. See, 0 to infinity sin omega by omega d omega equal to pi by 2. You can change instead of omega any variable 0 to infinity sin t by t dt. You could instead of omega all places we have given t. That also pi 1. This is called dummy changing. Dummy variable changing of dummy variables 0 to infinity sin y by y dy equal to same pi by 2 whatever the places may be. If this like this it's minus 1 0 to infinity sin z by z dz which is pi by 2. Like this we can change the dummy variable. Whatever they are asking the examination in t or y, we can change by dummy variable. Therefore, answer is we have to give in dummy by t. Therefore, 0 to infinity sin t by t dt equal to pi by 2 is the answer. This sum over. Next, sum number 2. Find the Fourier transform of f of x equal to 1 per modulus of x less than or equal to a. Instead of 1 we are previous sum we have seen 1. Now we are going to give a equal to 0 modulus of x greater than a. If you don't like this only minus less than a, they are also correct. All are same meaning generally for these subs also. Let us write same one. See, and reduce that. Zero to infinity sin t by t dt equal to pi by 2. Same previous sum. And 0 to infinity sin square t by t square dt equal to same pi by 2. The second result we will prove by partial seriality. It will come later. Now we are only simply this proof only we are going to see. Let us do the same set of complex Fourier transforms. F of x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus into plus infinity g omega e power I omega x d omega. G omega equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus into plus infinity f of x e power minus I omega x dx. The same f of here, g omega here. G omega is the Fourier transform. After finding Fourier transform, we have to put g omega here. We will get the result. First deduction we will get. The meaning of this first line, first step is 0 minus a to a. Its meaning is minus a to a. Its meaning is after a and below minus a, left side of minus a. Wherever these two areas, f of x will become 0. This minus 8a, f of x will become 1. Splitting into 3. Root of 2 pi minus into minus a f of x e power minus I omega x dx. Here minus a to a f of x e power minus omega x dx. Again a to infinity f of x e power minus I omega x dx. Put a bracket. In this 1 by root of 2 pi see minus into minus a, f of x is 0. We have already written f of x is 1 modulus of x less than or equal to a or less than a, 0, modulus of greater than a. This denotes minus a to a, this denotes minus a to a. Whatever the number comes maybe in between, which is 1, f of 1 for this limit, f of minus infinity to minus a, minus f of x is 0, f of x is 0, therefore 0, plus minus a to a, f of x is 1, this denotes minus a to a, this denotes remaining areas, a to infinity and minus a to minus a, therefore will become 1, therefore 1, f of 1 e power minus I omega x dx plus it will become 0. This denotes modulus of greater than 0, remaining two areas f of x is 0, therefore plus 0, it is over. Equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus a to a e power minus I omega x dx. See, 1 by root of 2 pi minus a to a cos omega x minus I sin omega x dx. We are splitting the 2. 1 by root of 2 pi minus a to a cos omega x dx minus I by root of 2 pi imaginary part minus a to a sin omega x dx. I already told you sin will give negative outside, therefore this odd function always becomes 0 when minus a to limit is negative to positive. This is cos won't give negative outside, therefore it is even function, therefore twice of root of 2 pi 0 to a cos omega x dx minus 0. This is entirely odd function. See, 2 by root of 2 pi 0 to a cos omega x dx. Integrating two by root of 2 pi sin omega x by omega. Limit is 0 to a. 2 by root of 2 pi, give a flower bracket, give upper limit a. We have integrated with respect to x only, therefore we are giving a for x only. Sin a, we are putting a, writing in right like this, omega. Omega a omega we are writing this. Similarly, sin 0 by omega. Sin 0 is 0. Already known, sin 0 is 0. Therefore, 2 by root of 2 pi sin omega by omega minus 0. Therefore, 2 by root of 2 pi sin omega by omega, which is g omega, is the Fourier transform. First part over. Let us enter this Fourier transform in the first integral. F of x equal to, again we have to write again f of x equal to 1 by root of 2 pi minus to plus infinity g omega e power I omega x d omega. This is g omega, Fourier transform. We are g omega putting in this 1 by root of 2 pi minus to plus infinity 2 by root of 2 pi sin a omega by omega e power I omega x d omega equal to 2 root get cancelled, just 2 only, minus plus infinity sin e omega by omega e power I omega x d omega 1 by pi minus into plus infinity sin e omega by omega. This is cos omega x plus I sin omega x d omega. We are splitting into 2. One by pi minus with plus infinity sin e omega by omega cos omega x d omega plus I by pi minus plus infinity sin e omega by omega sin omega x d omega. We know already second part of integral for all sums will become odd function. This is 0, this is negative, this is negative, minus also negative. Therefore, negative comes out, odd function. Here, this negative, this positive, even function. Even function twice of 0 to infinity sin e omega omega cos omega x d omega plus 0, odd function. This is f of x. F of x equal to 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin e omega by omega cos omega x d omega. Here put x equal to 0. F of 0 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin e omega by omega cos omega x d omega cos 0 cos 0 cos 0 to omega 0. Let us fix for f of 0. We are going to initial sum. What is f of x? 1 modulus of x less than a or equal to a. 0 modulus of x greater than a. This denotes minus a to a. This denotes a to infinity minus to minus a. See, 0 come in this limit. Whatever the value may be in this limit minus a to a, f of x will become 1. Therefore, 0 also there. F of 0 equal to 1. F of 0 is 1 equal to 2 by pi 0 to infinity sin e omega by omega cos 0 is 1 d omega. See, cross this. Pi by 2 equal to 0 to infinity sin e omega by omega d omega. 0 to infinity sin e omega by omega d omega equal to pi by 2. Changing the dummy variable. Instead of omega, we are putting t. 0 to infinity sin at by t dt equal to pi by 2. See, here a is no weightage. Whether he is a or not, the answer is pi by 2. Sin omega by omega d omega equal to pi by 2. Similarly, sin infinity sin e omega by omega d omega equal to same pi by 2. whatever the a or any other constant, it will, when it goes out, therefore no weightage for a. Similarly, when substitution we can see easily. Put j omega equal to t, omega equal to t by a d omega equal to dt, d omega equal to dt by a. Applying limit same. When omega infinity, t also infinity. Omega infinity, t also infinity. Omega 0, t also 0. Same. Omega is infinity. We put t also infinity. It's not necessary. If you write all these, it will confuse you. This limit does not change. Sin t divided by a omega is t. What is omega? T by a. D omega dt by a, which is already is in pi by 2. A get cancelled. Therefore, 0 infinity sin t by t dt equal to pi by 2 is the answer.